Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi directs officials to maintain vigilant alertness in view of Omicron variant of COVID-19, calls for heightened and close monitoring of emerging clusters and hotspots. Uttar Pradesh government announces night curfew in the state from tomorrow. 358 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far, maximum 88 cases reported from Maharashtra, followed by 67 in Delhi. Over 140 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Recovery rate stands at 98.4%. Election Commission reviews poll preparedness for Uttarakhand Assembly elections. Prime Minister to address Guru Purab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch, Gujarat tomorrow. Legendary Malayalam filmmaker K.S. Sethumadhavan passes away. National Consumer Day is being observed today to spread awareness about the rights and responsibilities of consumers. And ace Indian skier Anchal Thakur wins bronze medal at the FIS Alpine Skiing Competition in Montenegro. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause for concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting last evening to review the status of COVID and its Omicron variant. He took stock of public health response measures for containment and management of COVID. Focus was on strengthening of health infrastructure, including availability of drugs, oxygen cylinders and concentrators, ventilators, and status of vaccination. The Prime Minister directed officials to maintain high level of vigil and alertness at all levels. He urged central and state authorities to work in close coordination with the whole of government approach. The Prime Minister said that proactive, focused, collaborative and cooperative fight against the pandemic should guide all future actions. At the same time, people should be cautious and alert in view of the new variant. The Prime Minister said the fight against the pandemic is not over and COVID-safe behaviour is of paramount importance even today. Mr. Modi directed the officials to ensure that the health systems in the states are strengthened to meet any challenge posed by the new variant. He underlined the need to ensure that oxygen supply equipment in states is installed and fully functional. The effective use of IT tools for telemedicine and teleconsultation was highlighted at the COVID review meeting. The Prime Minister called for heightened and close monitoring of emerging clusters and hotspots through active, prompt and effective surveillance. He directed that a good number of positive samples be sent for genome sequencing to INSACOG labs in a prompt manner. Mr. Modi emphasized that effective contact tracing is required to curb the spread of transmission. Talking to AIR, Dr. N.K. Arora, Chairman of India's COVID-19 working group, said there is no need to panic because the government has made massive arrangements all over the country to deal with the new COVID-19 variant.
During last few days, the number of cases have doubled in our country also. Most of the cases are in those who have a travel history. I must tell that this will spread into the community because it is highly infectious. Number 1, corona-appropriate behavior is absolutely must. Use your mask at all times. The second is hygiene. Keep your hand clean. Third, and the most important one is that we have to keep away from social gatherings and other religious functions. The virus is 3 to 7 times more infectious than Delta virus, and therefore if we keep crowding, the spread will be faster. Second issue is anybody who has not received the vaccine or has received only vaccine, I would request you with folded hands, please go and get your vaccine immediately. And finally, I would like to assure all my audience that massive arrangements have been made all over the country. We are very well prepared. the number of ICU bed, ventilators, oxygen, everything is in place. So there is absolutely no need for panic.
The Uttar Pradesh government has announced night curfew in the state from tomorrow. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath took the decision after a meeting with senior officials yesterday in view of the rising cases of Omicron infection. Night curfew will be in place from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Also, a maximum of 200 people will be allowed for any gathering and events like weddings. Organizer of the event also has to inform the local administration about the gathering. The government said it would be mandatory for people to follow COVID-appropriate behavior and all necessary guidelines and standard operating procedures. Officials have been asked to keep extra vigil around airports, bus stations and railway stations, and also instructed to conduct testing of each and every person entering into the state. As of now, the state has 266 active COVID cases.
The Ministry of Civil Aviation has issued fresh guidelines for domestic and international passengers travelling to Delhi in view of the rising cases of COVID-19. As per the guidelines, thermal screening of all passengers will be done on arrival. Random sample collection will be done for passengers arriving from states witnessing a spurt in COVID-19 cases. People will only be allowed to exit after the sample collection. 358 cases of Omicron have been reported in the country so far. Out of the total Omicron cases, Maharashtra has reported the highest number of 88 cases, followed by Delhi 67 and Telangana 38 cases. The Union Health Ministry said till now 114 patients have been discharged after recovery.
Over 140 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 57 lakh 44,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. 7,051 COVID patients recovered during the same period, and the national recovery rate stands at 98.4%. The country reported 6,650 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. In our bilingual live phone-in program, Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, AIMS, Patna, will be with us tonight to answer queries related to coronavirus. This program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on telephone number 011-2342-1230. Repeat, 011-2342-1230 and 011-2342-1764. Repeat, 011-2342-1764. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
Government has said that the market size of Ayush has grown by 17% during 2014 to 2020 to reach $18.1 billion. As per the Research and Information System for Developing Countries report, despite a slump in economic activity in 2020, due to COVID pandemic, the industry is projected to reach $20.6 billion in 2021 and $23.3 billion in 2022. Ayush Ministry said that it is determined to revive and promote the traditional Indian medicine system.
Chief Election Commissioner of India Sushil Chandra and his team reviewed poll preparations for the upcoming assembly elections in Uttarakhand during their two-day visit to Dehradun. On the second day of his visit today, the Chief Election Commissioner interacted with media. He said the Election Commission is committed to conduct the upcoming assembly elections in Uttarakhand in a fair, free, transparent and inducement-free manner. He said it is the endeavour of the Commission that maximum participation of all voters, including all senior citizens, Divyangjan, women and new voters, will be ensured in the elections.
पूरे राज्य में रफली 81.43 लाख वोटर्स, उसमें 1.9 लाख नए महिला मतदाताओं को जोड़ा गया है और 1.6 लाख नए पुरुष मतदाताओं को इलेक्टोरल रोल में सम्मिलित किया गया है। करीब 1,10,408 18 से 19 वर्ष के लोगों को इस सूची में सम्मिलित किया गया है। जो दिव्यांगजन हैं 66,648 दिव्यांग मतदाता हमारे इलेक्टोरल रोल में हैं तथा 80 वर्ष से अधिक आयु के 1,43,553 इलेक्टर्स को आज इसकी तारीख में मौजूद हैं। जो बाहर हैं, फौज में हैं, 93,935 सर्विस मतदाताओं की मैपिंग की गई है और 81.3 लाख जो मतदाता बने हैं इस बार, और हमारा ये प्रयास है कि वो सब लोग आके वोट डालें।
The CEC informed that the term of the State Legislative Assembly is ending on the 23rd of March 2022. He said that 100 polling booths in the state would be operated by women. He stressed upon everyone to apply both the doses of vaccines before the completion of the election process. CEC said efforts are also being made to remove the apathy of the voters and to motivate them to vote. Along with this, arrangement of wheelchair will be done for Divyangjan. Postal ballot will be arranged for service voter. He said special arrangements are being made in view of COVID-19.
कोविड का सिचुएशन है तो प्रत्येक पोलिंग बूथ पर 23 नए पोलिंग बूथ बनाए जाएंगे पूरे प्रदेश में। टोटल पोलिंग बूथ होंगे जो हमारे 11,647 सर्फ हैं 81.43 लाख और 11,647 हमारे पोलिंग स्टेशन हैं। ऑन एन एवरेज 700 पर्सन्स के ऊपर एक हमारा पोलिंग बूथ होगा, जो कि बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मैनेज की जा सकती है, क्राउड को मैनेज किया जा सकता है और लोगों को अच्छी तरह से ध्यान दिया जा सकता है।
The Chief Election Commissioner informed that 11,647 polling booths and 150 model polling stations will be set up. There will also be a system of voting at home for the voters above 80 years. VVPATs will be installed at all polling booths. Mr. Chandra informed that the team of the Commission held a meeting with 6 political parties yesterday. A meeting was also held with the district election officers and police officers and senior officials of the state regarding the elections. The Election Commission of India team had reached Dehradun yesterday to take stock of the preparations for the upcoming state assembly elections and will return this evening.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi directs officials to maintain vigilance and alertness in view of Omicron variant of COVID-19, calls for heightened and close monitoring of emerging clusters and hotspots. Uttar Pradesh government announces night curfew in the state from tomorrow. 358 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far. Maximum 88 cases reported from Maharashtra, followed by 67 in Delhi. Over 140 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Recovery rate stands at 98.40%. Election Commission reviews poll preparedness for Uttarakhand Assembly elections. Prime Minister to address Guru Purab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurdwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch, Gujarat tomorrow. Legendary Malayalam filmmaker K.S. Sethu Madhavan passes away. National Consumer Day has been observed today to spread awareness about the rights and responsibilities of consumers. An ace Indian skier Anchal Thakur wins bronze medal at the FIS Alpine Skiing Competition in Montenegro. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at EIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे. Welcome back to the Midday News. The Prime Minister will address the Gurpurab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch, Gujarat through video conferencing tomorrow. Every year from the 23rd to the 25th of December, Sikh Sangat of Gujarat celebrates the Gurpurab of Guru Nanak Dev at this Gurudwara. Guru Nanak Dev had stayed at Lakhpat during the course of his travels. Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib has his relics, including wooden footwear and palki, as well as manuscripts and marking scripts of Gurmukhi. The Gurudwara had suffered damages during the 2001 earthquake. Then Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi ensured repair of the damages on an urgent basis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. on the 26th of this month. It will be the 84th episode of the monthly radio program. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said he is receiving several inputs for this month's Man Ki Baat, which will be the last one of 2021. Mr. Modi said inputs cover many different areas and celebrate the life journeys of several people working to bring grassroots level changes. People can dial the toll-free number 1800-117800 and record their message for the Prime Minister in either Hindi or English. Phone lines are open till today. In Jammu and Kashmir, one terrorist was killed in an encounter with security forces at Mumanhal village in Anantnag district this morning. Police said a gunfight started this morning when security forces on specific inputs cordoned off the area and began a search operation. The search party came under heavy fire from the hiding terrorist, which was retaliated, triggering a gunfight. The identity of the killed terrorist is yet to be ascertained. Talking to AIR News, DGP Dilbag Singh said the operation was still on.
On a credible input, an operation was launched by security forces in Untitled district last night. In the ongoing operation, one terrorist has been killed so far. The operation is still on.
DRDO has successfully conducted a flight test of indigenously developed high-speed expendable aerial target HEAT Abhyas from Integrated Test Range at Chandipur off the coast of Odisha yesterday. During the flight trial, high subsonic speed trajectory at a very low altitude with high endurance was demonstrated. 2 boosters provided initial acceleration during launch, and a small turbojet engine was used to sustain high subsonic speed with long endurance.
The Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has approved the construction of 107,000 houses in 5 states under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. These states are Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Puducherry and Uttarakhand. The approval was given in the 57th meeting of the Central Sanctioning and Monitoring Committee held in New Delhi yesterday. Chairing the meeting, Secretary in Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs Durga Shankar Mishra discussed the issues pertaining to grounding and construction of houses in the states and union territories. He directed officials to expedite construction of houses in their respective areas. Mr. Mishra said grounding should be the first responsibility, followed by focus on 100% completion of houses. Total number of sanctioned houses under the mission is now 1,14 lakh. Of this, around 91 lakh have been grounded for construction and more than 53 lakh have been completed and delivered to the beneficiaries. The total investment under the mission is over 7,52,000 crore rupees. Drinking water supply schemes of over 164 crore rupees have been approved under Jal Jeevan Mission in Uttarakhand. It will provide tap water connection to more than 9,200 rural homes. The Jal Shakti Ministry said these schemes will benefit 140 villages in Almora, Bageshwar, Dehradun, Nainital and Uttarkashi districts. In the current financial year, the state has planned to provide tap water connections to 2,64,000 households. The state government is aiming to provide clean tap water supply to all rural homes by December next year. Jal Jeevan Mission was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 15th of August 2019 with the aim to provide assured tap water supply to every rural home by 2024.
Under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, centre is providing 5 kg food grains per person per month free of cost to all beneficiaries covered under the National Food Security Act. The scheme is a food security welfare scheme that was envisaged by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to provide assistance to and help mitigate the economic impact of COVID-19. The government in March last year had announced the distribution of additional food grains free of cost to about 80 crore National Food Security Act beneficiaries. The government will be incurring an expenditure of nearly 2,60,000 crore rupees on Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Last month, Union Cabinet had approved the extension for the scheme for a period of another 4 months till March next year. Today is National Consumer Day. It is observed on 24th December annually to highlight the importance of the consumer movement and spread awareness about the rights and responsibilities of every consumer. On this day, the Consumer Protection Act 1986 was enacted. The Act aims to provide consumers with effective safeguards against different types of exploitation, such as defective goods, deficiency in services, and unfair trade practices. Consumer Affairs Minister Piyush Goyal has asked people to take pledge to educate themselves about the rights and responsibilities and become an informed consumer.
Legendary Malayalam filmmaker K.S. Sethumadhavan passed away at his residence in Chennai this morning. He was 90. A multi-time recipient of the national and state awards, Sethumadhavan directed over 60 movies during his career spanning many decades since early 1960s. Besides Malayalam, he directed movies in Tamil, Telugu and Hindi. He crafted evergreen movies in Malayalam like Odayil Ninnu, Anubhavangal Palichakal, Oppol, Achanum Baptayum. It was Sethumadhavan who introduced iconic Kamala Hassan as a child actor in Malayalam through the movie Karnum Karalum and in the lead role through his film Kanyakumari. The air quality in national capital Delhi has deteriorated to severe category. According to Central Pollution Control Board (CPCB), the air quality index was recorded 433 at 7 a.m. today.
And now let's listen to a special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
The 24th of December is the birth anniversary of Pandurang Sadashiv Sane, popularly called Sane Guruji by his followers. Pandurang Sane was a teacher, social activist and freedom fighter, born in Ratnagiri, Maharashtra in 1899. Sane taught at schools in rural areas, foregoing a potentially lucrative career. He published a magazine named Vidyarthi.
Inspired by Gandhiji's call for civil disobedience in 1930, Sane left his teaching profession and decided to dedicate his life to the freedom struggle. He played a crucial role in the spread of the Indian National Congress in rural Maharashtra, particularly in Khandesh region. He was actively involved in the organization of the Faizpur session of the Congress.
During the period from 1930 to 1947, Sane participated in various agitations and movements against the British. He was imprisoned in jails at Dhule, Tiruchirappalli, Nashik, Yerwada and Jalgaon for a total duration of 6 years and 7 months. Sane recognized the importance of learning Indian languages, particularly in the context of the problem of national integration. He started the Antar Bharati movement. He translated the ancient Tamil work of the Tirukural into Marathi.
Pandurang Sane travelled throughout Maharashtra to bring awareness on the issue of untouchability. In May 1947, he fasted for the cause of opening of the Vitthal temple, Pandharpur, for so-called untouchables. After 11 days of fast, the doors of the Vitthal temple were ultimately opened for the downtrodden.
The assassination of Mahatma Gandhi deeply affected Pandurang Sane. After listening to the news of Gandhiji's assassination, Sane sat on a fast for 21 days. Dissatisfied with the conditions of the nation, he ended his life on the 11th of June, 1950.
The 24th of December is also the death anniversary of great freedom fighter and social activist E.V. Ramasamy, popularly known as Periyar. A great orator, Periyar mobilized people from all walks of life to fight against the British. To devote time to social activities, Periyar resigned from all public positions and gave up his lucrative family trade. He was given a jail sentence for his propagation for khadi and boycott of British goods. Periyar was a staunch believer in gender equality. He tirelessly worked for women's education.
Ramasamy spent over 50 years giving speeches propagating the realization that everyone is an equal citizen. Communal differences in Tamil society were considered by many to be deep-rooted until Ramasamy came to the scene. Periyar is also known as the father of the Dravidian movement. On the 24th of December 1973, Periyar breathed his last.
We also remember Harbhajan Singh, who joined the Indian National Army in 1942.
He fought against the British forces on the Burma front as second lieutenant and died in a frontal combat with the enemy in Burma on the 24th of December 1944. We salute the brave martyr. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के दौरान भारतीय जनमानस को उत्प्रेरित कर स्वतंत्रता का अलख जगाने और मातृभूमि के प्रति सेवा, समर्पण और त्याग की ज्वाला प्रज्वलित कर देने वाले अमर गीतों पर आधारित विशेष कार्यक्रम आजादी के तराने सुनना न भूलें। FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर प्रत्येक शुक्रवार शाम 4:45 पर परिक्रमा कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत आजादी के तराने सिर्फ आकाशवाणी पर।
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404, issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. In Bangladesh, at least 39 people were killed and more than 70 sustained burn injuries as a passenger ferry caught fire midstream in Sugando River near Jhalokati Sadar Upazila in the early hours today. Official news agency BSS reported this. Police confirmed recovery of 39 bodies, though the death toll is likely to go up as several of the injured persons are in critical condition. More than 300 passengers were on board the MV Abhijan when the fire broke out. Ace Indian skier Anchal Thakur has bagged the bronze medal at the FIS Alpine Skiing Competition in Montenegro. Georgia Ifi Faniu, who won the silver medal, was just 2 seconds ahead of Anchal. With this, Anchal has become the first Indian ski athlete to win 2 medals at the international level. She has previously won a bronze medal in the 2018 FIS Alpine 3200 Cup held in Turkey.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi is likely to have a mainly clear sky. Mumbai likely to have a mainly clear sky too. Chennai will experience mist. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. Guwahati will have a mainly clear sky too, with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal, Shillong, Aizawl are having partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Kohima, Gangtok and Itanagar will also have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Christmas fever has gripped the Meghalaya capital Shillong. Midnight church service has been planned in different churches, while several areas of the city are illuminated on Christmas Eve. Commercial hubs like Police Bazaar and Idu in East Khasi Hills district are witnessing heavy rush of people, while cake shops in the city are also thronged by people. In view of the Christmas and New Year festivals, night curfew has been lifted on 24th, 25th and 31st December 2021 by the district administration. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi directs officials to maintain vigilant alertness in view of Omicron variant of COVID-19, calls for heightened and close monitoring of emerging clusters and hotspots. Uttar Pradesh government announces night curfew in the state from tomorrow. 358 cases of Omicron reported in the country so far, maximum 88 cases reported from Maharashtra, followed by 67 in Delhi. Over 140 crore 31 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Election Commission reviews poll preparedness for Uttarakhand Assembly elections. Prime Minister to address Gurpurab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch, Gujarat tomorrow. Legendary Malayalam filmmaker K.S. Sethu Madhavan passes away. National Consumer Day is being observed today to spread awareness about the rights and responsibilities of consumers. And with that we end the midday news.